Gela, please tell us your name.
Gela Tsin Karino
Kalsang
Dakpa.
His Holiness the Dalai Lama asked us to record your experiences so that we can share your memories with many generations of Tibetans, the Chinese, and the rest of the world. Your memories will help us to document the true history, culture, and beliefs of the Tibetan people. Do you give your permission for the Tibet Oral History Project to use this interview?
Gela concert chogging on Zula color paper and shining on Zugi, Taring Gelaki, Mitsi, Nyamyo, Chunga Lugu Dunzu, and Tizu Chigiore, and Lugu Dine, any Femi Mira Mangota, Gam Mirik, and Massive Zambulingi, Mimangi, Siula Sha, and Lugu Dunzune Pugi, Gerab, and Rishu Kari Medi Kento Yoya Chedure, and Tari Pugi, Nagun Gerab Legul Dilaya, Galagi. Yes.
Thank you for offering to share your story with us. During this interview, if you wish to take a break at any time or stop at any time, please let me know. If you do not wish to answer a question or talk about something, let me know.
And yan tiwa kashela len kyondu mengen tiwa dinde duna nga len kyondu me sungna digiyore.
Okay. If this interview was shown in Tibet or China or around the world, would this be a problem for you?
Kesi tharengi tiwa tilen chebe lugyu di pyo da gyana da zamling kawala tembe yinege gyana la kange kari yona.
Ta kange chi yo ma riwa da kabatena ta pen bugu ji yor dil cha kyen ki mar sam ni mala de yor wal.
I don't think there'll be any problem, though there is a son who is in Tibet.
No problem. Okay. We are honored to record your story and appreciate your participation in this project.
Okay.
So, Gela, maybe we can begin by, you could tell us about a little bit about your family life, or at least where you came from. What was the area in Tibet where you were born?
Gela tangbo gela da kyone kawa phe medine lugutis tiwa tigis ra gela chungsa gi chungyu di mingla kharina.
Puring.
It's the birthplace is Puring.
Puring cheyang ra na ming di xie wo le. Oh. Na ming di puring chite sing di. Chite Dirwa Karza. Naye Sigi Nani, Kamba Mingla, Kamba Mavos, Mingila.
Kamba Mabu.
Kamba Maru.
Marpo.
Kamba Maru Selefiata. Chasa Deji or Wa, Tilan Name Name.
The village where my house was located was called Namay, and my family's name is
Kamba Mabu.
Kamba
Mabu. Mingno.
Nangmi Mingla Harsume Nangsa Mingla. Nangtangi Mingla Kari.
Nangdang Mingla, that Dirwa, Kamba Tongba Mington Gorwa, Tongba Mila, Kamba Maru, Kamba Maru. Kai Senang and the Kamba Towa in a Tenji or till that Mamu Tankiorwa, till Mingu Disha, Kamba Mos.
So, my home used to be called as the Red House because there was a deity housed on the top of the house.
What deity was that?
The Lakadi, Shujusuma Kadina.
I did it, Chapamene. Chapamene, Karambichi and Olegore.
The deity was called Chakwa Mile, which was prevalent around the Mount Kailash region.
Oh. Was your village located anywhere near Mount Kailash?
Galagi Tanda Chongsep Jiorwala. The Kangarambuchengi Yayunduaina, Damlaina.
Karambuchesa Tulio. And Dang may now net Brownie al Chimudajina, Yamaina, Modatica, Kayo Marwa, Tata, Pungudi del Kal, you must go. That exam should you Kashi live to Garina to
So in those days when there were no vehicles and we had to drive the horses and donkeys, it took 3 days. But nowadays, it just takes a few hours from my home to Mount Kailash.
And was your home in a large village or small village? Tell us about that family home.
Gela tanda nang kangba mabu yosa di chongsep di chelyo yo joyang chongsep chunjuina.
중세 위에서부터 그룹이 시행하지 요래. 전부 요래 전부 다 아주 망 그런 거 TDS 그다야. 데레비는 데모로 간지 되면 살아두고 어디에 제조가 그지 요래. 이니 직진 뒤에 당뭐 제부 최견 노상 통사롱 받들이 아주 TD 정바지 요래.
So there were several large clusters, 5 to 6, and the whole area had 10,000 families.
Oh.
And there was one village which was the birthplace of the king Chogyal Norsang.
And who was that king?
Gebu Chogyal Norsang di kasa pyogi gebu kadina.
근데 최견 노상한테 되는 거는 근데 남남부 타고도 와 최견 노상 대 통사지 정도 농발 좀 요래. 근데 이내 요래. 고난기 카르지 요래 봐. 대사치. 디 강을 단데 재미 막을 전부도 차려.
Koran shuksa.
죽사대요. 고난한 거 보다는 나는 재미 막을 차려.
So this story of the King Chogyal Norsang is, being enacted as an opera story, and his palace there has been occupied and made as headquarters of the Chinese army.
When you how many people were in your family, Gela?
Gyalagi nang rang la nangmi khazu yo na di kabla gyala chunju yin be kabla.
디 갑라도 다 네 강된에 되는 바와 만이자체 모모체 아샹스는 지요. 드네 조조요 아자요.
They were my parents, and there was a grandmother, uncle, and brothers and sisters.
And how many brothers and sisters did your parents have?
Gyala pala malala pugu khazu chung yo na pupo mo.
부부 제도 같이 시가 네 부제도 좀 말았지나
Pupo mo.
보무직 현법 정말 나 정말 알에 gem부 장장하래 다 대니 신인들이 수직면도 정말 좋다시.
So my parents had 8 children, including me, and they were a daughter and 7 sons, and all of them were older to me. And when I returned a few years back, and no one was alive.
Oh. So you were the youngest of 8 children.
Gyala pugu ge nang ne chungshu gyala re.
말이 나오.
That's right.
That's right. And what are your earliest memories of your childhood?
Gyala chungshu inbagi tanda tenso khadi yungudu wa tanda gyala tenso shnamina.
다 중중 이마디 가르치는 판매 중중 이 재능을 중다 이 재능 전부라고 주시고 저기도 기성도 아니 네 제버니 아샹지요 뭐 심블링 공부를 되니지 나 공부를 해야 돼 아샹디기 때문에 말 로다디 파레스 파드 베미스 정보를 전에 야 때문에 다단데 파 제주스는 다단데로 든든들레기도 와 연락기도 와 어디래지 야 되네 다인 요즘 먼저 공부를 보수면은 찍인지민지 다 왔죠. 다 디스탑되네 자방아 충셔도 죽으랴.
경보라나 간대적으로 라기나.
정보선 당하라도 맞는 쪼방을 봐서 그러와 너월이나 안 줄은 거래 정보야 그래. 다 고야지 코로나 기두고요. 서와 아산들라. 인지 내고 정보를 진 밤에 나 중중이 비춘해야 공부를 죽으면 selap고요. 서와 딘딘이 좀 죽으래서 거기 뭐 죽는 빼미스미 독자 자살에 selap도 정보. 되게 공부하자. 넣습니다.
So I was the youngest in the family, and my parents loved me the most. And I had met an uncle who lived in the Shambuling monastery, and he told my parents that I should be, sent as a monk to the monastery along with him. And since I was the youngest, my parents didn't want to send me, but my uncle said that since I was born in the year of the pig, I was quite a disobedient child, and if they didn't make me a monk, I wouldn't grow up to be a good person. So I was sent to the monastery at the age of 3. And in Tibet, if a family had 3 sons, at least one was, sent to the monastery.
And had your other brothers gone to the monastery?
Pushimba gombala tangyuna.
당요 말지. 네 부 당부도 직 중도가 네 공발로 되고 공발로 시대 되 틈도 남난 좋아샤.
So my parents sent the first son to the monastery, but he didn't live long. He passed away.
So you were the next son to go to the monastery.
The pu nipa dita gyala tangrawa pamage.
자와디 나땅로 다 니바디 공발.
Do you even what age were you when they sent you?
파기 곰발 땅도 간에 공로 가지래.
너다 숨 들이 되게 쉬워서 너 숨데 주중에야 짜세그리.
Yeah, as I told you earlier, I was 3.
Okay. 3 years. Can you remember that? Anything about that?
텐서야나 공로 숨이 임바이나.
전바데 요 말. 주중에다 밤에 잡로렇게 공배 감그 잡아 죽도 있으네 공배 감부지 요르바. 감부지 때는 저비지 피우고. 잡아 이때 대외 명디슈 아니 제리아 로드인 젤레서는 된 신의 공부나 그래서 제.
알레라마 티르와랑잖아.
신나를 치기 중요한. 진짜다 공배 톱나도 제보 가려는 리라비가 나는 되네.
No, I don't have any memories, but I was told that my parents took me on the back to the monastery, and there the symbolic hair offering was done by the abbot of the monastery, and then I was taken back home, and only at the age of 7 or 8 was I sent permanently to the monastery.
I see. That makes it clearer, because I wondered how someone could be taken care of a 3-year-old in a monastery. So tell them where.
Yeah. Ales mote sanda konglo ta dunge badoda susu nangla shuchogi yozanta mashin konglo somi na pe masi chunji roas kombe na ya.
가서는 저기 되게 권슈도 잡아 죽체 밤하고 뜻으로 낭냐도 그래. 다 제만 아니 공로시 마 죽lep서는 네 고마게서도 기린자더니 최들라고 되잖아.
Yes, so the parents make you a monk, but then you could stay at home until you were 7 to 8. Then when they found you a teacher and then sent you to the monastery.
Right. Your parents had raised 6 sons already. It sounds like they would be very experienced handling a stubborn child. I'm wondering why they thought it would be so difficult to raise you.
Tanda gelage pala amala ta kyun domne ta put dunji yorwa. Put dunji di gane ta put sogyong chiala ta nyamnyong shibu cha cha resrwa. Ta jik pala kyongbo yoba gela kyongbo yoba yenege kunjugi ta pogo sogyong chidan ta nyamnyong shibu yigirwa sa.
이제 와 다디 고란 등명한 인제 가르쳐 버리. 바바지가 와 별 농소들 다 바바 키로를 대 아마 나는 대교지어와 니 바바디 디레 양고는 함선에 디레. 한국 수연이 아니 디 코랑 정원이 되는 그 부분도 다들 디레서 코랑 결도 가래. 디 로갈 코랑.
아니 냠도 요 말에.
예. 그래 강발 로갈 된 차이가. 대세리 가도 나는 대기를 봐 내가 디제 디 코랑 정도 자야 디 함코랑 잼잼 뚱고요. 어디 그래 배주리다 부부자 더 당겨.
Baba amanyamdo re mazo.
예, 있는데 돼요. 이는 뒷로가치 바바 고라냐게 낭랑 부글도 다이 제 고랑 함 동그래 봐. 이래. 이 망치는 부글도 다니 망치가 되는 로 고랑 그 배조 땅리시라 뭐야지 매래.
My father, mostly did not stay right in the house. It was my mother who was always at home. Father was mainly engaged in making boots, and then he would sell them, and that's how he brought his children up from his earnings. And actually, because we have our own grains, there wasn't much that we needed at home.
What kind of boots did your father make?
함디 간데 접지 기요레.
아무도 버바랑 거야 김에 거야도 부 거야 정말 여러 별 영화 한번 거다 센터. 그런 거 함 지워. 내가 거야 되게 말이.
somba래. 민 가르데 함디기 민라.
somba 그러이나. 다 함세 두알렘들 같은 저가도 잡히시는 범도도 공부도 와. 아마 어디내리 망치야. 아니 난 초바된 거리 박사된 거리. 때문에 제목거나 돈을 지금.
So the boots that my father made were Tibetan boots, which was very unlike what we wear here, and it was called somba. And nowadays you see the performing artists wearing those type of boots. And my father also used to stitch chupas, and he did a lot of tailoring work.
Could you just please describe what the boots looked like? I've seen them, but I think it would be nice for people who have not to know what they looked like.
공소야래야 그런 som바다 시뇽 송구들와 타인의 som바데 간데 잡지요래 직대시시켜로 나스 카이스나 통만용에 망보요로와
somba 가니요 직단다지 너무 거야지 소리 디바도 거야지도 와 직이야 부 거야지 소리로 다디 잡아서 해야 될 로가래야 감정에서 직서 나가 숨이요 somba
잡을 거야지.
잡아 거야지 양디 거는 샴바서 거 등산도 와 남자라는 구셔서 참들이 균데 쳐기도 와 어디마다 양 거야 주고 말해.
교활을 샴바지.
교활 양 샴바서 거. 이것도 규칙이 샴바서인데.
There were three types of boots that my father used to make. One was the ladies' boots, which came up almost up till the knee, and then there was a separate one for the men. But they were, of the same material, and then the monks also had another type of boot, which you can see them wear when they are doing the cham or the monk, religious dance.
Were these boots lined with anything, and were they made? What kind of leather were they made of?
단다 somba 수디가네 somba 낭로를 뿌당기래 꼬아기 수기요래
낭로를 뿌터고체 네 넘부진데 땅 철로로 꼬았던 거 가니요 봐 찍고왔던 거 찍려야 디라점 전부랑 좀 수고 로그 배 누가래 로그 배디 딱도 망부 좀 드는 꾸바 망부 좀 전데 투부 수고 다디 나도요 가니 숨요 꼬았으면 돼 레라요다.
There were different types of boots. Some of them were lined with fur inside to make it warm, and some were made of leather outside, and that was the easier one. And some were made of thick wool, and that needed a lot of stitchings.
So your father made a good livelihood, and was he well known in the area as a boot maker?
아니 gyalagi pala thamzing 인자야 용구야부여래 아니 직lumbe 나리야 직대지지 미창매 ngoshinge 도 차대여래
다 ngoshinye 요 가셔달이야 함tem과 바르고 그지 깨던 그래 봐 망치야도 우리 술 참고 샘 술이 좀 들고 그런 배셔서서 배셔도 있는 게 있어요 뒤에 이제 다 함랑 서는 뒤에 함도 추바 박사 고야 용아 어디랑 서는 되지 첨보래 첨보 다 별이는 첨보 이거 콜로 잘해요 라고 그런 게 첨보 첨보.
So basically he was a tailor, and in those days there were no machines, and he used to do all hand stitches, and yes, people knew him, as most people came home to ask him to make boots, but sometimes he was also invited to their homes to prepare boots for them.
And so if we go back to your experience, you were at home till about 7. Do you remember anything, what your life was like up until the time you left for the monastery?
Gala gombala pedugani kutta konglo dyungeswa ta chungchong ne kolo dyunges patola nangle shu pick up ge tenso de ta ke
nang le pick up de ni de kochigul karta tawa songda shira laga se ke gu mare nangla wa kono chi 공들어버지 시작이래. 뒤송다가 시작이 됐으면도 공부 날림 된데 되지다. 배자다고 그래. 배자다다는데 거리네 지역으로 같은 데기 돈데 되지 냠는다서야 뭐. 주중 가랑아 시작이 됐으면 연구면도 중다성어다 밤에 잠시 대시하러 봐.
So since I was the youngest and I was also a monk, there were no responsibilities that were given to me, and I was treated very well. That's all about I can remember. And then, though after I went to the monastery, then I had to study, and I have memories of those days. Yeah.
Okay, and so do you remember when you actually left home to be in the monastery? And did you ever come back home again, or then did you stay in the monastery?
다 공로 düğüngeyle gombalaya ta peberwa. Gombala pejima pere ya 참참 낭라마 pege.
gomba야 덤덤네 야 다와지 나는 이만 있으면 되냐. 고생하려 용 주고래. 공부 쉬고 돼야.
I could avail permission to go home for 2 to 3 days in a month.
Okay. And so tell us about your earliest days in the monastery, whatever you can remember.
Kela tanda gomba na la thaya phebrwala digi thensu khari yunege thangbo ta lo thangbo digi korla jiksong ro na la
gomba ya den thangbo ya du senani lo ta nga thune degi ro de lo jela tani ya rabjung gi domba ti shukuri yule sona beja diga de sim go ro beja yang ngan de thang de beja kyo thang de beja ya bo yo ma 심야데 아니 리뷰 domba de sunguro lo jelle sungna tene lo jelle ni review domba cheni 아니 야메나 공배 내가 지역으로 봐라 야메나 동바 지역으로 동빈이 야메나 룽강길 내고 있는 로레레 내가 디 지역으로 탑장래가 지대 미요다 디름 고제로 예배서로 지역으로
동빙에
직 가지 우리 지구래 가지디 탑장래가 제목으로 로지기는 동당 공배 어디요.
So at the age of 8, one had to take the novice vows, and then of course one had to memorize the scriptures, but I was not among the good memorizers, and there were also duties assigned to the monks. Some had to work in the kitchen as assistants, and then some there was the duty of the conch blower.
Oh, okay. And was there any duty that you got?
네, 단다 통부야시도 하게라. 통라나 단다 통링부들에 단다 통까부도 쓰.
링부대 지구를 까부대 미니요래. 토토주스나 까부대 땅으로 미.
까부 충중대 단다 보기 통대.
충중 전되는 게라서 너무 마충중 이말 링부 쇠도가 물.
보기 통까부 주와.
어디요? 뒤쳐보여래. 어딘데?
보랑기 통까부 주와디. 네. 뒷미치기 땅 동릉부지
민이 요래 동동이 동릉부지 양가서 땅도 땅 참자도 디를 맞다 땅고 말해 상동대.
So there were two types of the conch. One was the conch, which was to call the monks for the prayer assembly, and the other, thong as they call it, is the long horn, which is used during the performance of cham and other rituals.
And were these your responsibilities?
And gyalagi chale the thong puyaina.
네 동문 비브리 이 거다 뭐게 탑당한 게 내가 돼 제브. 안디레 동비야딘 도발이는 남자라서 도와 토토도 강났던 게 누가 딩딩 딩아들ung 발에 dittan 게 말 토토도 동디 땅 그래.
So I did both the duties of as a conch blower and in the kitchen. Nowadays in Namgyal Thatsang you can hear the bell ring when they have to gather for prayer assemblies, but in my region we did not use the kanga or the bell. It was always the conch that was blown.
Do you know where the conch came from? Where the Tibetans found it?
단다 동 뷰야지 동지어와 동디 칸에 키우이나
동가부디에
라오
다티가 시에미도 칸에 키우는 동가부디 공부랑을 시요 시 공가당야니 약가당야니 요래 다티 니만에 칸에 키우는 시에미도
I don't know from where it was brought. Our monastery, possessed 4 such conches. 2 were used during the summer and 2 in the winter time.
And was it hard to learn how to sound a conch, blow a conch?
동다야 디 장두간에 꿀래요, no?
다티 주주들도 깔아요. 뭐 전부들 때도 깔아요. 전부들 장물와
There were 2 types. The smaller one was simple, but to learn to blow the bigger conch was quite difficult.
What was difficult about it? The volume or?
Kale khande di kale khakpu khande rejina manta wa shambadeta.
다 부제 망고 자마도 비체 아니 깔아 그리고 카드월 버시 비체요. 담보 정도스나
Initially, when you were learning to blow the conch, you had to blow a lot of air into it, and then, at times your lips would get swollen.
Took a lot of work. Excuse me. What about the longhorn? What do you call it?
Longhorn, yeah. And 단다 동 링부디 가디
링부 다 가능하세요. 단다 깔아요. 이렇게 링부들이요.
아니 단다 동가부 쓴 거.
가부들 강아요 말이야.
When I spoke about the difficult conch, I did not mean the small white conch. I meant the long.
Oh, you meant the long one. Ah, that is a very takes a lot of.
In Tibet, there used to be very long ones, which are not found here.
No. They must have been in Tibetan ceremonies for many years. Do you know how long?
단다 통다 첨부 링부 지어와 던즈 다 변할이야 롱망부네 요데 요인기를 다 록하즈스
다도 만도 유디스는 아주 담부 동 여대 동 근데 링부지 창아 두지요. 지난 찍다 동동 균도 당해야 되는 양냠 자가도 상기 야구 싶을 때도 롱냠만에 망고 치여 지로 봐. 먼저 중둔에 공부도 되세네도.
These long horns, there were 5 or 6 pairs of them in our monastery, and when I joined, they were there, so they must be really very old.
So, what were your other duties? You had the kitchen duty as well as blowing the horn. Was your time divided between those, and did you have any studies as well?
단다 갤라기 동병에 직낭여래 아니 탑장기 차례낭여와 다 데니 카레 다 데니니라 차례낭 백갑라와 다 롭종 낭고고와 다 디 가디 낭겨요나
나 롭종은 망치야 롭종도 우리 동라래 동라 데디 장야리마도 탑장 낭기들이야 매도 지난도 디치지야지마도 서도니 양 셴바요 다 디레 룽강디 나온다 저거 또 고사 자도 고사지 여러와 디나를 줘봐 다 망부터 요 말이 자단 없죠 들이 이게 당도 kum발 절시제나 딜라 쇼가 안에 소자 직당고 소자 숨아 두번이 당고 쇼가 쇼돌 이 말이를 또 탱숨 줘야 요래 이 중송아 쇼가 자숨다 두번이 중송아
쇼게 자숨라나
자 담비 보바 전부 잡된 숨 쉬고 자 텐숨 쳐요 자
두번이 두번가리를
뒤죽을 두번 담도 담봐 근데 인구 제대로 야 지겨 다가내신 야 자숨 두번이요 균도네요 근데 야님 건다 주주 두바도 야 지겨 다가내신지 이 말이를 또 탱숨 아니 디냠들 저도 어디다 다상 공부하는 거를 월 Tamba is so soon now. Pamagi Tamba Jali. Tamba Park Sayati, so soon now.
So my training was mainly blowing the conch and the long horn, because as for working in the kitchen, there were many other cooks who also did this duty, and in our monastery there were around 150 monks who had to be provided with breakfast, lunch and dinner, and we had 3 prayer assemblies per day, and for breakfast we had to give each monk 3 cups of tea plus 2 bowls of pupa, and the tsampa was brought from the family of the monks.
Ah. Was that the only was tsampa the only contribution that the family of the monks made to the support of the monks?
Ta nang cha nang nerwala ta susugi gombe nala thabadigi chedu tsamba chepol punati yore nang ne
Tamba susu tabina nga tawo gombe tawarewa susu phamagi nge tamba di phamagi diwa tima de shamba ka kan je umari.
So it was only tsampa that our parents had to provide for their sons in the monastery.
Ah. Well, how much tsampa would be needed by a son for, depending on the age, but for a whole year? And was that a hardship on families or not?
Ta pecha shawina ta put ta konglo ding ding da uchi ba ina rwa ta kongla lochi gi thenda phamegi tsamba tena tsamba khajus ke gu yores.
Tamba ta ka khaju sene ta thagjen lo khron chadang da bri kel gorwa thoga da bchena ta khade da bdu ne ta ti ten she min du ta ga ni tamba ma do badu kel ge phame ya phame ke ma so no so lenga do gore tamba do so chen ya na lenga do.
So I do not know exactly the quantity of tsampa that is given, but as soon as the tsampa gets over, either the parents come and bring more, or we have to go home and get more.
Mm-hmm. And how much tsampa, do you eat a day? A cupful or 3 cups or what?
Nimechikla tsampa mangli chugres ta phogo.
Ta chede da bchena pak sar sum sagre. Shoga chi ningung chi gonda chi. Ani ya 소수 군다 샤요 봐. 샤나래 가지 군다 세그리. 샤나기 사야지 차말 가리 주네야 나네야 길기. 군바 톱나요 말이.
So we ate pa, from tsampa, made from tsampa 3 times a day for breakfast, lunch and dinner. But if one wanted to eat pa in the room later on, then the monastery did not provide tea or butter to drink along with it. And these had to be also brought from your parents.
From your parents, I see. And so you said that you would like to tell us a little bit about monastic life. So I invite you to tell me a story, describe whatever you think would be interesting for people who've never been to a monastery or don't know about Buddhist monks. Tell us some of your experiences and memories.
Ta gela gombe nala shu yorwa la ta gombe lugi sunga yore ni ta gomba kyun gombe nanglo la do monyong e mangbo yorwa jamni nala ya ta gela gi gombe nanglo la ta khari nyamyong khari chung yone gerwa tinde chikma sung sharo nangsa
ta gombe nangla de mune chimbuda jine ki gombe yiru choga chiya din zodi chewor wa cholen chiya de zobo chewor ani de saga nangi yan kora jamni le yungure 차 중부 비하던 그 상면서도 제고로 봐 직체 근데 아주 군배 나라 게메디 비네 용추고 말해 그 가자디 고다마로도 님의 군배야 대추고 말 이게 조가 대추고 그래 능소다 브린디요 나
또 군배 나라 차 준비 나야디 구쇼초에
로로 코드 그래 고니에센 두관 치지 카 체도 숨이야 들 코스서 고니 코드 고니 체고 차 전부 지역이다 지 처음에 지역도 정말 다단하게 거네 공배 자상 요르바 되는
chimi puyadinde.
chimi 부야도 다 내가 지인은 또 더원이 된 지고 되죠.
네, 가리난 게 어렸어.
그렇지,
자기
그렇지.
말.
맞는 게 말을 하네.
chimi puya.
chimi 부야.
So in the monastery, maintaining the temple and making offerings and burning the butter lamps, monks were assigned to this duty for 3 years, and it was rotated. And the butter for the lamps were provided by the monastery. And in our monastery, though women came during the daytime, they were not allowed to spend the night in the monastery.
What are some of your happiest memories in the monastery?
Gombe nang la shuke kabla thanda thusi kiu shu chongsong gongya ji khari na.
저도 집에서 지라라지 용야 요 말이 이거를 와다. 더 그래야 집도 나는 되고 주세나. 공을 강을 대니기다 가르쳐야 용 선배 삼로 땅으로 다야 가로 레빙들이 양소서 집도 디시라 심제 되고만 소소 샤스미 대주고 샤는. 중도 강에 계란냠을 대고로 와서 아니 개라 가르쳐야 송네 디마도 시라 쳐서 매려. 배자디야 15 따고를 따지면 어디 배자 뱀메시 따고를 이거 공부할 해야 돼. And di madu gumba di ti kuri du lo salin kunto.
Oh, in the monasteries, there are not many happy times because rules were strict and had to be followed, especially when you were living with your teacher. You had to read the scriptures. But when one grew older, one had his own room, and then it was more free. And our monastery came under the Drepung Loseling monastery.
If you weren't happy or it was very strict, did you ever think of going home and leaving?
딱 공배 나로라 딱 디커스 기부 요야기 두지 매비 이나로와 다 직팀 담보 잡은데 요나 겐라기 애니든데 탕아 나라파 로조 근데 공요나 디kabla
내도 챙기면도 야 나로네 나네 야 밤에시라 세고 말고 랑다 야니만 챙기니 야었다기.
No, I did not think like that because even if I went home, my parents wouldn't let me stay for many days. They would send me back to the monastery.
I see. Was there any advantage for your parents to have a son who was a monk?
아니 파마니레야 보고 잡아 여베나 다 파마라 카 케벤다 지카리 요르웨스.
케벤 요 말에.
No advantages.
Even spiritually?
다 초조가 돈이나 케벤 요르베.
다 초조가 돈에 다시라 빼자 야고라고 종지 중난이야. 다야지 요래. 기마도 만들 소다고 빼자 메줘들에 있나 시라 케벤 생각야 요 말에. 안돼 빼자 마시네 공발이야 먹자 땅 치고라 만들 소다고 있나.
So if the child, studied well and become learned, then it was good. But monks like me, who was not a good student, in fact, our parents had to make offerings of tea on account of me.
Oh, what did you do that they had to make these special offerings of tea?
아니 갤라기 텐달라 파메 망자 땅고야디 아니 갤라기 가리 다 낭래 가리
야나 다 제르와 빼자 따마도래 봐 빼자 따마도 성도 망자 땅고야디 다 고빼자 따야 고쳐마 성세 이래래.
So because I did not learn the scriptures, so that was why this offering of tea is obligatory.
디데 이야 디데 야고래 생고도 가는 있으나 빼졌다 tum나 건가 팽기를 봐. 디 gond배기 딘데 디 빼졌다 뭐도 디 망자 땅고였지 지기 망치한다고 디다 빼졌다 딱이요래. 아만도 소다고 디는 어디 야미셰세 밤에 잠부 제송다. 아니 빼졌다 뭐도 망자 땅에 밤에 당겨라.
So I think that was a good custom, that whoever studied well needn't do this tea offering and then most of the monks did do well in their studies, but there were some like me who didn't study, and then our parents had to make this offering.
Well, Gayla, can you remember what was hard for you? Because people learn in different ways and have different abilities. What was hard for you about the studies? Was it memorizing them or understanding them? What part was hard?
다 록중 다 지야라 다 담면다 요르와라 다 겐라기 탄다 차비 시디우 간에 겐라 다지 나토라 스미야 딜레 겐라라 콜레 중요나 양치게 직랍단디 고츠기 메이나 가리강에 중요
좀 고마스베체 아니 베네 차긴 코는데 드링 심니 드링 심버디 니 겐라 지나 임베샤샤나 말다 산이 되거도 봐도 심쇼서 마 되기로 와 임베스첸 때고 디 착된 거는 심리 아니 세닝에 나도 쪼고래 배제디 지난 주에도 그런가 대대한 쪼고래 다 디가 쪼트가 가고 싶은 용도가 디송단한테는 많이 그래.
Yeah, it was also the not understanding, but also, my teacher would give me a portion that I had to memorize one day and then recite it to him the other day, and I found it very difficult.
Yes.
So my memory power was also not that good.
Yes. That's not a sign of intelligence. It's a sign of the way people learn. People learn differently than memory. Okay. So, what did you stay with your teacher, or did you just be a kitchen worker then, or did you continue to have a teacher?
네, 아니 켈라타 탑자나를 차례 되는 낭 슈레 야타 인제수 야 게겐라니 게겐치기
다 제도 양가래 라바디알 가로 토블랩타르와 롱이 되게 쉬우성와 로지알라 rabjung 그랬어. 로니 슐레서나 gelong 담바슈 그래. 로니 슐레나 로니 슐레서나 아니 소소소 샤스는 소소 대추리야. 아니 소소 대자로 야부시네 기죽냐 되냐 마하베절로 당한주소 요 말과 소소랑 샤 대추로 되네. 게게 점고 말에 로니 슐레나.
So, and when one grew older and to about 20 years old, then you had to take the ordination vows, and then you had your own room, and if you were learned, you could also take a student, and there was no need for a teacher for you once you reached age 20.
And is that what happened to you?
아니 겐라 칸데 중라타 공로 니슈레야 탄다 tomba 슈네 아니 소소소기 샤지라
소샤드니
아니 가나베
샤심 죽을 샤심 저라딘 딤드니 지라디요 말이 년가세요 말고 다 소소 내가 자도 줍송나 가게요 말이
차례 가리나를 공발라 탑장 차례랑르에
탑장 룽강랑 내가 제르니 담보 디론
니슈라
말이 로 니슈 말이 로 디퍼로 그래서 니슈 공로데 직 내가 제직 탑장랑 직 니슈 제르데
니슈 제르 카디레
나 탑장랑 양 내가 제 잡아니요 탑장랑 지니디 아니 샹바디 아우구도 제 라요 제 아우구도 제거 자서야 다 듣고서야 또 상마
당복 탑장나 차례 남두간에 수수 충아로와다 셴베 오라 차례 남로와 타 공로 니슈기 제리야 타 강란 차례 남에 구쇼니
어디야 봐 다디 당연히 냠들 치고 내가 직디 롱가낭라 치고 내가 직디야 다상 제냥 그런 bom부 쳐서 다 당한테 치야지 여러 번 미니마이나 다상도 봐 다상낭을 내가 치고 다도 진행다 그래 당한테 공부를 강한 치슈 가려요 추디요 추 추사목이 딩내랭가도 고마 리응고를 여러분 추사목이 딩내랭가도 당볼 어디 강한 제쇼래.
Then after one crossed 20, then I attended prayer assemblies, and then I and another monk, we were overseers in the kitchen. But the most difficult thing the monastery had was getting water, because the monastery was located high on a hilltop, and then we had to fetch water right from below.
Oh, saying that the water was difficult to obtain. how high was the monastery, and where was the water, and how did you fetch it?
tanda gyala sonya le ya chudi kule khashu re sung so ala ta chu tanda gomba yosa ta chu she sa di ni para la tha ring le you know
나 도디 잡은다 킬로미터 시대 개봐요. 너 같이 킬로미터 뛰긴 더 다디 라고는 다고 야 마파비야 다 쳐버 봐. 줄레니 지라 디치기 미셀마 라제테 미세글레 고추 저와 도고 말이야 미말 라제테 그럼 미말이 아까
the distance from where the water source was from the monastery was about 4 kilometers, and it was all uphill and downhill, and the monastery paid the people of the village who brought the water up to the monastery.
And were you very near Mount Kailash? Was the monastery so that people could, were they ever stop at your monastery, or people from the monastery go to Mount Kailash?
ata khang rambuche tha ni bu yo za ya de ni ya nen je phenge de gyala number 2 gomba la yong de chigir wela
나 연구 공부하는 데 공부를 용 아니 가는 뭐지 내일 가는 뭐지도 어디는 초마마 고라도 아니 마 용어도 공부하는 되네 고잘 줘요 봐 고잘 줘도 지 고잘 줘는 무슨 고잘 시키냐 줘지거든.
Pilgrims first went to the Mount Kailash, and then there was also the Lake Mansarovar that was very holy,
yeah.
and then a certain Kochar Cho, and then they would come to our monastery also.
Was there anything that that was very special about your monastery that pilgrims would come to visit?
Nego wa chogirwa gyala number chogi gombala peya di ji gomba nala ji khande ji mandra da mixe khari yorwel.
아 공부를 권하도 제가 영원 길마다 보시면 만다서 지요면 다 권하도 야 공부도 제가 쉬 되는 거도 힘이 세게 다 바직 서저로 자들이 지니요 말이 권하도 야 제가 쉬요 로드야도 맞도 매 망치하다 보더니 영 두고면도 와 올라온 걸 다 그러 봐 같이 마도 다 디자인도 거기 뭐래 가서 서셔도 봐
공부바도 So there was nothing special as such in our monastery. People just, came to see it and then left, and there was no reception or anything for them. But most people could not come because it was very uphill. But of course nowadays roads have been built, because I've been there twice.
Really? Yeah. Oh, well, I'll ask you about that in a little bit. So you said that, were there any famous teachers at your monastery, or people that were considered very holy among your 150 monks?
Gyala number 2 gombaleya thaba yarangap chu siorwa dinaleya ta chik lama keta chimbu dinde su
lama ta keta chimbu ta lama nema chimi yimbu se chik chumur lama chi dine ponzo se chik chumur
la
ponzo busho ponzo sero ponzo dine jaya chunjo se chik chumur
jaya chunjo
아니 디체는 정미 처리해서 직중을 그래 체도 그냥 좀 벌랑들 남아 보나도 게 곰바디기 소소랑 롱바니 요 아니 저배 라마디 캠프디니 다 로스는 숨내 저게 그리 봐 로슬링네 연구 캠프 참도.
So former famous lamas in our monastery were Chimi Rinpoche, Punzo, Jamyal Chunjo, and Jigme Chogyal, but the abbot of the monastery, was sent from Drepung Losel Ling monastery for 3-year terms.
About for 3-year terms?
Yeah, abbot.
The abbot. So they would come every 3 years.
Right.
And so you were associated with Drepung Monastery. And how can you explain to the person who is not familiar, how does Drepung Monastery differ from the other two great monasteries?
Tanadami my king in the cork my king in the Tendala Drepung Gomba dirwa Tandanganzo Sera da Gandhen da Manjaya Kariyuna Densa Kane, Densa Sumlaya. Densa Ka Sum Yorwa Tanganzo and Drepung Sera Gandhen Yorwa. Ta Drepung da Sera Gandhen Manjawa Dinde Kariyuno. No, I do not have knowledge about the difference.
Okay. Gela, you said that two things that you wanted to mention. One was that you went on a pilgrimage. You left the monastery to go on a pilgrimage. Can you tell us about why you did that and where you went?
Thank you, Gela. Sonia, Chena Gela, Nego Chigla Pay, Sungsua, La Gela Sonia, and Gomba Shani. The Nego, the Kawa Pay.
Nego Dandirwa, Yama. The Nego to do Snanga for you, Juni. That's about the chimney. How did you? Kore Kaza. Bangura Chen Chimbre, Tambalungu Chi and Kazakal Neda Desert Merwa. Only last time Molam Yimani to the dead young, then I'll tell you, Jim Dusheni. To the Jordan Buchi, Tanda Kudo Tandarava, Koluchunjung, the Jaga, the Pura, the Dini with the Jaga. Namjet doesn't be. But that you need, you should care good champion with the what? Take up the Jaga took to your house. That is some June mass, same Tima Jaga,
some June Kava,
some June Shan, Podalaki. The mouth, the country, and the good old Yama, my children to do it at Neville.
And a Potalagi, Simjun, Mas
Magani champion with your water tank.
Potalare,
Podala,
Podan Kavare.
Put down Tepota around. When the Chungi, you should go, you want them get a champion. Oh, did you Jaga? Young market. Jamie turned to the radio. Jamie turned the law needs much to money.
I let you can a Neko Pedu and a trip head.
Chedochin.
So
Chedochin, Chedochin, young Bombales, and young at one ritual in the sugar. And ritual and ritual too much on that is a mere. It is all.
So I fled from my monastery to go on a pilgrimage, and I took the route through Nepal to Lhasa, and I begged my way through. And in Lhasa, I was able to see the Mönlam Prayer Festival, and it was on the 29th day or the 28th day of the last month of the Tibetan lunar calendar that the monks of Namgyal Tatsang performed a cham dance at the Potala Palace, and at that time I was able to catch a glimpse of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And since I hadn't taken permission to leave the monastery, so when I returned, I had to get permission to be readmitted.
Why didn't you ask permission before you went?
Gela nego mabengela 가진 공부 쉬메나 공부네.
다 공부냐 공부 쉬는 레로지 딴거 말이야. 이제 야 지금 내도도 망고지 쉬어버려 봐. 딜레드니 저도 진송나 되니 로직보다 더 쉬ing하지. 되니 야더 죽을래 딜레.
So if one were to seek permission, they wouldn't grant it easily, and there was a lot of explanation to give. So it was simpler just to run away for 4 to 5 months and then make the pilgrimage.
Wow. Why do you think you wanted to go so badly that you sort of went away without permission?
아니 gelagita 공부에 마시는 딘데 인치민지 아니 내걸라 팽이 줘야 돼 가리나스
다 맞도 나는 땡땡이 좀 동아줘도 좀 위해서 저저 찍디 내걸 좀 두고도 와. 그 내걸 좀 두고 있으나 다그 내걸 마태형 공랑 맞춰도 침버려. 시킬 때는 기기 말고 건들 텐데.
So I told you that I have three older brothers, and one of them was planning to go on a pilgrimage. So before he left, I knew he wouldn't take me along with him. So before he left, I ran away.
Oh, but the older brothers were living in the monastery or with your mother?
근데 저저 돈주 가와요를 파마잘아요 아예.
파마나데요.
They were in the house. Living at home.
So you wanted to be the first one to escape to go on a pilgrimage.
아니 겔라다 내고야라 당부 팬이 저르베 빙갸긴은라.
망년 저도 등에다 저저년은 누구 있어 건도 줘야 저리게 쇠타를 봐라. 더디스는 당아 키로스는 계기 말고 건도 뒤삼당들이 망년 저도 침벌. 자가르다.
네팔.
만 자가르다죠. 만주 롱번에 자가르사가 용나 텐직을 렘도 그래. 산담산담도 봐.
알레.
인디안 홍야.
알레. 에네.
안 거기 자가르사도 레서나 거기로 대셔는 되는 건도 저저도 용어는 안녕도. 어떻게 돼? 자가르주는 로드 저기 된제 저기 된제다더니 보유를 시작한도 보유들이 예남주는 로드.
So when I learned my brother was planning to go on this pilgrimage and I knew that he wouldn't take me along, I left ahead, and after one night we would reach the Indian border. So that's where I waited for him. And after I was there, he would of course take me along with him. And then we went to Bodh Gaya and then returned through Nepal.
Wow. Wow.
Bodh Gaya.
Bodh Gaya, all the way down into India. Oh, and that, no wonder you needed 3 months.
Red petarim burwasan, that was some the lure sudo. Sagagi that doji dempato pedua.
Ma, Dembado, that did you real model, real to go, come to your money.
We could take the train and we were not walking then.
Yeah. It's still a long way. So he met his brother. You met brother near India, near Indian border, and then you went to Bodh Gaya.
Nepal so
Nepal Kambatu do never Shajati, the Kana Kambata, Dikabra, and then never do a motor to New York, to do. Drum junior door, drum do this and I say, can't record kill dog with the wa. Any Yanam junior, my Shajat, can door. She got there and walked a little.
While returning, then we had to walk from Nepal to Lhasa. There were no vehicles then, and it was a very difficult journey through mountains. And then we also passed Shikatse.
When you went to Lhasa, that was the first time you saw the Potala Palace. Can you tell us what were your reactions to seeing Lhasa and the city of Lhasa?
Tak gala dene payune patal hasal ya perwa el hasal pedu gana ta didu kana hasal jeya di thema thangbo wa gala ge ani khande do ji sis we gala ge
didu kabla thangbo ya di kabla nga thawa junen juya du thawa ju me di thawa re wa na lo hasal le sona lo sal len ju chogu de wa nga ju me molam ni man ji ni ji de ani o didu pe kelab chimbo tong hasal thawa mangbo da molam da pudal pe jer wa Tene Kochebra Kata Mugil Molam Nimani de Losa Capdola and Lesa lips. Manata Tambu Losa Capdola. I did Kablang and do it at Tambushuna. They said he should have not done Lomora long and daughter. Yabu Watam but any Mambutua. And Lesa Limnia Losa Tivachi Nimuya, Lesa Longa Roshi. She does on the Pesha Arashita, they are made well a long mother, the Pesha Gumbode. In the nation, young, too low you do. Nia Jagat in the Kalimbook Junior, lawyer, Jagat around lawyer.
So when we were in Lhasa, I could join the Loseling monastery, but I did not. I saw the Mönlam festival for 2 days and was very happy to see, that this huge monk gathering there. And we were in Lhasa during the New Year, and we did not spend much. Of course, we didn't have much to spend, but still, we used to go begging. I remember that even on the first day, the day of Losar, also we went begging in Lhasa, and people gave us sampa. And while returning, we took the route through Kalimpong in India.
Oh, that was a big adventure for you, to be away for the first time from your monastery in how many years? 20-some years? 20 years, yes? 20 years. So that was, how old were you? Well, I guess you could just say that was a big adventure. And then how old were you when you did that? I don't remember.
Okay. Ta di kable ya ta bet ta ring bu shi ji ko nang do ta la ta di ka ne khong lo kha chu sto we na
lo ba ji di kable di le ni shu te ji te ni do wala de gem pel ten do le ta gem pel long gam ka di ten ne de she men gem pel nyung she do di de
like di thö yo na ka ma ka ri sen swe di ha sa la
la gem e do la ta le la ta mo ndu lung ba le le pyo ndu ndu le ta de gem le do wa ma do che do de
gemile ne chudo phe marwa yine yang gemi ka
mar ma gemile ne mare gemi ta pel dul de ba de nga do ne gol do ba
I was about 21 or 22, and it was the time when the Chinese had just about come into Lhasa and into our region too.
Before you left the monastery for that pilgrimage, did you know that the Chinese were coming into Tibet, or did you only learn that when you got to Lhasa?
Tanda la neko la pebe kap ki thuzu dila yorwa ta chi gamile yori la ta budinde ji la gi sen yona ya Lhasa la phe chabe jela ani shine gami lugyu dunzu sen ina
da ti de wa gami nga nyangol maru khong la thön char wa pel thön char ni Lhasa le mo ndu lumba le le ko ti ri ko le de shena se chi go ya min wa me re ta ba ni no Koran permisi bir so ramde da sin che de sha de de Lhasa de wala lip tu sina te du du de wala gong pa re se du den de ko de wala gum mu sang yi shu chi ge de wa ta de ne pa re de ka ji shi ge de
ale shamba ke min de
shamba ka min du de na te de ta wa ni min du
Even prior to my pilgrimage, the Chinese were already there, not only in Lhasa but in my village too.
Oh, really?
But there was no fear because the Chinese lived by themselves. But while in Lhasa, I heard that the prices of grains has risen.
The Chinese who were in your village prior to the pilgrimage, were they people who had always lived there, or were they soldiers who had come in quietly?
Neko ma phenge la ya chongsep na la gemi le yor song yin ba la tunzu gemi tunzu nang na ne yore la gemi ma mi le yore khande yeme no
nga ngi ne jamu tambo pel thön yung du na ko ye ba nga ne yo ma de ko di kap de le do de ba gemi le do de pel thön do de
mang mi na
mang mi da ko ran de bom bo da bu da chang ma yo da di du ko le shi da di si mi du mi de gong de shu zong wa Chogyal Norsang kang ba de gemi ko de yo de sen o di kap la ko le bi yo de
두두간에 Chogyal Norsang kambe na la yorwe
da kong podang na ko te podang te da podang shi de yo ba de kang ko ma ga de su de yo podang
ale podang jik shikyo do ji
shikyo yo podang
So these Chinese they were not there earlier, but they had entered Tibet. And earlier I told you about the palace of the Chogyal Norsang being occupied. Yes, the palace was somewhat in ruin, but it had been occupied by Chinese officials as well as troops.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yes, you did. So when you come back, how long are you at the monastery before you flee?
ta ne kor chani chu gombala yangyo pherwa ta dine thwe ma phe pa to yang lo khazu shu yo na gombala
dine che la den ko ma phi mo ba derwa
ta ne kor ne chu gombala pherwa dine che ni thanda thwe ma phe para la lo khazu sina
ta ka de di poru lo ala lo ta ka je ngan dire thi shu ba lo ni shu jiang al tu che do yong den den de do yong ya tang ge mo bu le ba jiang a这批马走的那这样的那就土壤了，现在咱们把它给拉了吧。
So it was in 1959 that we made our escape, and I was around 25 years old then.
So when you came back from your pilgrimage, you were at the monastery for a few years before you had to leave.
Ta ne korsa bejela gombala lo khashe jishu any bed trip hebra. That's right.
And what precipitated the need for you to escape?
Ta di kabla ne kola mapengel gemi yor de kharichi kange yo marwala ta thanda lo khashe ji pha phesa bejel khari chungni trip he
di jare nga chodo yundu sena mapinga gu kongla ta ko ma de gu jure ba mapinga gu jel pe jure ba gemi ki di judu sena ane gomba de bale to sa me se to tengjik ma to sogi me che ne nga de te di mela mong bu tab de che gu gu wa 봐. 내가 딜을 탑을 치고 예매 치고 세디 아니 딜레토나 가라 밀 진이 마도 비세 딜레토는 초도 영야 젠디 딜레마 또
So after the Chinese took over Tibet, invaded Tibet, in our monastery, the prayer assemblies was restricted to only once a day, and then people like us were, ordered to inflict suffering on others, which I did not want to do, and which was why I made my escape.
When you say people like you, what does that mean?
Gala number so trabu dunjugi mi shembala dukutango do sungora gala number so khande dawo sunguye
ngado benangara chachune ka ke ma shibche me mizangi kyobore ba ta nga denye dawo jine ta yiro yame shiye de nga mi benang yegi ta kinang ma pamboro ba di kinang gang ni ji mi ji tabde chegore jene shegeyo ta kundo tabde chiala ngal kyen tudongya mer ba gondol tabani 레토는 수수 sembamu 집체 초도 용야도 독세는 용 optical 망 비마고 용야디 신 용고야 요머리 파마다 빈자 탕마 대요 되디 대니 죽으면도 sem바 그런 거 빛이 통하려 봐디디 공반이 최대야 매버서 또 지금도 통해야 매버서
So there was restrictions imposed on the monastery, and also I came from a poor family, and then I was told to accuse my leaders, which I had no reason to, and which made me very unhappy. And actually, apart from that, there was no reason for me to escape, because I had my parents, I had my relatives over there, but because of that, I fled.
Was that, when you said you came from a poor family, were they making you do that back in your village, or were you being forced to do that as a monk in the monastery?
Tanda gyala alaya ta krangi lagora gyamige ngemagi pembu dunzuleya ta kangi te go res tinde sidu gane gyala dudi chongbe nala chu ma shu yore yang gombe nala shu gombe nala didi
gombe nala ta gombe nala pura ya ke tang mi thama chona dil tichigu chene ko ka tang yor ba
gombe nala
gombe nala te tangbo ngandu tumdu chora ba gombe nala tang di ta mi gombe mi chong bu yor ba lene chi mi chong tar ji yor ba to to te de thamzing che mi chong yo de shul
chongyo thamzing khale chi
mada pena da kong do ji gombe lene bu ji de ba nyen chong tar de ta ku ngal du bu tang jong te che ni mi ya mi shi jo le ko pal thamzing tang chu gu de wa ho de de da bu ji che ni ma de shul ko ma tang du wa ne ya go mi do.
So it happened this way, first, all the monks, I was in the monastery, all the monks were told to gather for a meeting. And the first thing we had to do was, to, do thamzing on our dead monk officials, those who had already passed away. First, we were, ordered to thamzing the dead, and then it gradually increased.
To what?
And it kali mang reaching rawa. Kali mang reaching.
Mo sta chuna dile chegul tin ku ka tang yorwa.
Mi ngomala.
Oh, mi ngoma ye yo do. Chena che bin shin do chegul tin. Nga chi bo ma re mi mangol la ba. Tinde chodo yong ni mangbu chung re.
Then they ordered us to do the same to living people, That's why it was not just me, there were many other people, and so many of us fled away.
Why were these people dead? The monk.
Me shigyo tong sagyo la thamjing tangye jorwa. Di kunzu ta Quranzu ta na cha da dinde chin tong sagyo rang re ma.
De nge tong cha de ba. Ta benan di la bu Quran ge la bu kena ne ma du bu tang ni mi shigyo de le yone di le thamjing tang chung ge. Quran ge tang bu di la bu. ane nga du mang che da mi tong yo du ku nga du bu te ku nga du ja che ni thamjing di do sa tang. Shu la ko 디 멤버 다 미예부터 제고 누가 이제 낙균 멤버 제고 누가
정차결 탐진 간다스당
다 동안타는 공무도 제일 전에 제고 누가 가네.
Oh yeah, the Chinese themselves told us that we must accuse and cause thamzing to those officials who had already passed away when they arrived.
Okay.
That these officials had, done wrong things to us, though they hadn't.
Right. But the monks that they had to do it on that were dead, were they killed by the Chinese?
They had died naturally.
They had died naturally.
Yes.
I see.
As a starter. As a starter to the other.
As a starter, yes.
The real people.
They had died naturally. And then what kind of, we're going to stop in 2 minutes. What kind of, what would be the word? Pressure was put. Were you told? What were you told would happen to you if you didn't do thamzing on the living teachers?
아니 개미기 당보다 다미 종교를 지라기여와 제가 미 선불을 지고라도 간에 계시 마치바 이나 마낭바 이나 아니 개미 가르치기 있어 군주기
참 맞아보다 보지는 자꾸 슈글이야 뭐들 낭나 제야 임벌에 봐 슈글을 두고 뛰어 급도라다 그 제마소 근데 진짜 소소소 돈다 매벌 콜 직 제구디스는 소선바 뭐집이 제 차인 거도 와 근데 돈안이 지금도 내려 송당도 가셔야지 미조 둔진념들 용비 저도 용도서나 가바장장데.
So if we hadn't done it, upon their order, though at that time they wouldn't do anything, but it was sure that it would result in something bad for us.
Yeah.
And we had no cause to accuse our people, so which was why about 6 to 7 of us monks fled together.
Oh. What happened to the rest of the monks? Did they stay?
자바 축 düğün지 차라 페요라. 자바 셴파 돈을 가르치고요나.
다 셴바도 슈골 가시라 강한테 하고를 봐만데 가시네 소소라야 지금 슈골에 배 강한테네 매출 종료되네 종사. 구두자전으로 내리셔야 정말.
Later we came to know that some of them suffered a great deal, and some of them even drowned themselves in the river.
가진이 마해살 티브레스 근중을 티브레스 슈글레 랩투민도 가바샤이는 대하마고잖아 티체브나 가레이나 랩투민도.
And some of them had been captured and taken towards Lhasa. I don't know whether they had been taken to China or elsewhere.
Got it.
No knowledge.
And so, you were with 6 monks, and did you sneak out in the middle of the night? How did you get away, and how long did it take you to reach the border?
tanda gala gi enyamdola chaba chuk düğünci nyamdo çöpeyin songi bala di kande çöpeyin çenla ya sim çöpeni kande si sanzam pebe
다 나도 뒤집으로 봐 엄마는 윤두스는 다 소소소 지기지기를 다 땅 쳐도 누구 있어 다 심바시에서 요 말와 엄마는 지나 공는 대연이 가가 용물이 가가 용 땅도 용은 되게 쉬우성한 체인직을 봐 자갈 살렘 같이 골가 도령도 다 자갈 살렘 체인다 이 자갈이 시작이 누구 세상 남사 마을 땅 시작이도 타마딩도 두잔 좀 전에 이게 센티브 생기 잼될 샤르 로직니지
가와레디
요비 뭐 비들 가는 거 그래
민 가르사
센티브
센디우
봐봐 대응도 룽바는 용이 저 대차버리 좀 그러다 쉬고 쳐도 망고 용어로 말 안다 빌고 빌려 문고리 망치야 어디네 두용대 돼
So we secretly sent message to each other and fled one night. And as I told you earlier, the Indian border was just one night journey, and then we reached there. So the 6 of us, later we were resettled in Sendiu settlement in UP.
Did you leave the monastery for good then, or did you try to join again?
타 디캅라야 타 곰바샤네 트웨페르와 타 디네 친타 타 차바벳 샤브레 양양교
잡아샤 디네 잡아샤 정한 센디블 대 잡아샤 두시나 코체르 가자 네 망밀도 그래도
센디우네
노 망밀도
노스
말아 배슈 망밀도 와단다 그래도 어디라
띵갑중하고 로로와
말해 말이 제일 ngapju magu lolo lamsa ngado yong yang lojing lamso chen tere tukju raksum dewaji raksum repsi dewal tene sine mamu to ti koyala ngado yang kuli jun lamso jun tere
ane ta gomba bet shaji ma ti du sharwa
gomba didi shaji mu shar gomba didi shaji mu shar tene ngado thaba tukju yesigido wa ti sen diwul didi yang kangba chunju jam ko to yang gomba choga chalen ya din de tang 디땅도 세나 건조기 다 마신 칼라서 무대 예체
센디우라
센디우 하나 단다 문고리를 요래 좀 당불이 요래 보면 다 저거 찍이랑 찍 대셔 이거 봐
주나네 So in Sendiu, then we were there, and later we joined the road construction crew. And in 1963-64, I joined the Indian Army, and now only another monk survives from the 6 of us, besides me.
None. One
other survives.
I see. And did you marry?
And 총사교회나?
디데기 제등야마 별디 제위스 쉬인 바티.
별라 잡아려도 와나.
가자디 재미가 있는 유튜브에 내일도 창사 잡이요 말이 나내 나를 대야 보고 된대 요래 디 아마디기 저거도 정말 봐 강한테 내 진짜 좋은
가발로
다람은 당사랑 만들 lumba 아자지 요래
알레 데라 알레 딩년라 잡아러 와라
대치도 가르세나 대라 뭐 저거도 저 이런 나도 지금 장대 내라 틱 정원에 정도 준비스네 보기 누가 달랑이 쉬어서 별라 그거래라
아니 별에 잡아 말해
별라 잡아 먹지 먹을 말해 봐 마이네다 디 마이용도스네 미 공기 쉬어서
알레 마이용도 간에 아니 아자직 투르에
투르라 타코 아제 로가도 들고 ngapju가 나지 두고 이제 보지 거래 나
최 패드 간에를 남라
저도 용도 가두고요. 될 보기 자두고.
알레
아니 내일 동네 남미디 될 가능해 줘야지. 개면이 저거 처음으로 보고 숨이 와를 보.
알레 갤라게 낭 강라 강바다 라사디르.
강바데서 딜라 다디 로 거로 대리 냠데들이 냠아 문고 들어와서 뭐 통스키네. 부디가 단다이와 부디가 바왕가 말이. 뭐가
So on the way when we were escaping, I met a lady, and then we had a child. And later, after coming to Dharamsala, I married the landlady whose husband had passed away. Yeah.
Okay. So I think that will just about cover what we want to cover and have time to cover for today. I guess I would like to conclude by thanking you very much for this interview and for your ideas and insights about monastic life, and we appreciate your time today.
아니 겐라라 다린 데페 아니 겐라기 루유 참마 송 데데 치네니 베 가우충사 엔 다린 간조 데데 투즈낭 치네 투치체 슈야 인사
나이도 루유 티니 투체나도 슈야 인사.
Yes, and I'm.
He said, I would also like to thank you for recording my life story. No, and when you were questioning me, I could recollect my village.
Yes.
Revisit.
Village, you could recollect it, remember it. You know, do you think that was true when they said you were going to be a stubborn child and that you even left the monastery as a stubborn child, a stubborn monk?
걔라 당기 공로 친주인데 보고 경보지요 송인바 이 경보 딱딱해도 왔어 아니 그 자산 공부 샤도 왔어 제라
Right? I think there was a good prediction. And yes, but I also think maybe did your journey leaving once to go on the on pilgrimage, did it give you courage to leave again because you had traveled those roads?
아니 이 지기도 걔라 남바 당보 걔라 탱마치가 네 골가라 페요와 다 페뉴 용해지 차차와 다 니바 쳐도 페윤도 간에 다 디즈 다 탱마치 페뉴자 렐하더비시 중수웨스 Yes, that is right.
It was helped.
Yeah, it was
really
much
easier, simpler the second time.
Yes.
Thank you again, and we'll end now. Did you turn it off? Thank you. Thank you.